I worked for TGR Trades for 1 year as a high-ticket appointment setter and a high-ticket closer. High-ticket closer for most of the time for around 10 months. Now, there's one lesson that I learned from TGR himself that a lot of people have mentioned a little bit, but it's not talked about enough. That is very, very important if you want to succeed in making a lot of money online, especially with high-ticket sales, and that is taking extreme responsibility for your own actions and your own results. What this means is having the mindset and perspective that where you are right now, everything you have, all the results you're seeing, how successful you are, how good you look, is all due to your own decisions. You're not blaming it on anything else. And having that perspective is going to optimize how much you can actually grow. What I mean by this is, if you were to say, oh, my business failed because of luck. I got unlucky, man. I got unlucky, that's why it failed. Right? I started running ads for my business, I got unlucky. Or I failed at day trading because I got unlucky. Oh, I didn't close that deal because I just got unlucky, man. Can you actually grow when you say that? Every time you just blame it on luck or a factor that you cannot directly control, then you can't grow. You can't snap your fingers and all of a sudden be lucky. So why would I ever blame it on luck? Because this is the situation that a lot of people find themselves in. Let's say they start posting on social media, they're not getting a lot of views. I'm just getting unlucky, man. And they blame it on factors that they can't control that are other than themselves. And that is displacing the responsibility of those results to somewhere else. Because if you blame yourself, then you have to feel like it's your fault, which isn't a good feeling. Inherently, if you're not doing well and you're not seeing the results that you want to see and you have to blame it on yourself, then it isn't going to feel great because it's your fault that you're failing now, right? And so that's naturally not going to be a good feeling. But now, once you blame yourself for it, you can actually control it. So a lot of people don't actually blame themselves because it's not going to feel good. They blame it on other things because then they don't have to think about it, right? And this not only has to do with luck, but also, let's say they don't get something done that day, right? Let's say you had 5 things you wanted to get done for your business. And you wrote down those 5 things at the start of the day. And you told yourself, I'm going to get every single one of these things done today. And you fall short, you got 3 of them done. And now your mind says, oh, well, those 3 took extra long, so I didn't have to do the other 2. You're not taking responsibility for it. If you were taking responsibility, you would have said, no, that is my fault. I need to improve. I need to be more disciplined. I should have got those done. But naturally, your mind doesn't want to feel that because it's a negative feeling. And so you're going to displace it somewhere else, right? You're going to say, oh, well, this is an excuse, right? And so you have to take extreme responsibility in that situation, because now if you say, oh, I didn't get those 2 things done because of my own procrastination or my own lack of discipline, then that's something you can work on and get better for the next day. But if I just let that excuse take over, then it's going to happen over and over again. And I'm going to keep falling short of my goals every single time, and nothing's ever going to change. Same thing goes for our other situation. Let's say with high ticket sales, if I were to not close a deal, I failed to close a deal, or I had a week where I didn't make that much money in commissions, and I say, damn, the lead sucked. You know, I was talking to broke people today. Or I didn't close that deal because, you know, the guy, I just got unlucky. The setter didn't qualify him right. Or something like that. And I blame these things that I can't control. Can you control the setters really? No. Can you control luck? No. You can't control these things. And so you're not going to grow. If you say those things, which 99% of high ticket closers and appointment setters say, you can't grow because you can't control it. You can't grow. Now, if I were to say instead, right, that is my fault. And deep down you might know, okay, there's those things that happened. But if I just say, no, that is my fault, and that's what I think, that's how I view this, then I'm now all of a sudden thinking of ways I could have improved it and gotten better results. So even though you may have gotten unlucky, even though maybe your lead sucked, maybe the setters didn't qualify, Maybe all these things happened that were unfortunate, that were out of your control, that hindered you. You can still control it now. Sorry, I just had like a hiccup. But you can still control it now. Because now I can say, okay, well, I could have dialed more people for myself and booked more people onto my calendar. I can now review my calls and see what I could have done better. I can now say, okay, I didn't get those 2 extra tasks done. Here's how I could have gotten them done instead. And I can reflect on what I did, because that is all you can control. You can never control other people. You can never control factors that other people are in charge of. So I'm never gonna blame them. I can go give constructive criticism and try my best to help fix those things that I'm not directly in control of. But the best thing you can do is blame all of your shortcomings and all of your failures on yourself, because that way you can improve. Now, it's gonna be scary to start adopting this perspective, because at first you might start feeling shit about yourself, but that's good, because then you actually are failing. You're realizing that you yourself are failing. And once you realize that you're failing and actually internalize that, then you can turn it into change, and you can start making actual impacts and differences in your life. And you can start realizing, where are you falling short? Where do I need a lot more effort? What changes do I need to make? And all of a sudden you're creating better habits, you're being more disciplined, and you're actually starting to grow with the inputs you give. And as you start putting in more effort and start fixing what you're doing, naturally your results are going to get better. And that is how you actually reach your true potential, is if you 100% fix everything that you're doing to get to a point where you aren't making mistakes, which that never will happen actually. But if you can get as close as possible to that reality of you not making mistakes and doing everything you possibly can to reach your goals, that's how you're gonna get there. So do not blame other people. Do not blame it on luck. Don't blame it on factors you can't control, because that's a mistake that 99% of people make that keep them stagnant, that keep them stuck. The people who succeed the most, they take extreme responsibility for where they are right now. And there's a flip side to this too, right? Because now, once I am successful, I hit my first 15K month. If you have the mindset of blaming it on other people, it's gonna transfer over to when you are seeing your first little bit of success, and you're gonna blame it on luck. You're not gonna be confident you can replicate it, right? Whereas if you took responsibility from the start through all your failures and shortcomings, then once you start seeing success because you fixed things, you are gonna feel that and you're gonna be like, I did this, I made it. And all your good results are now yours as well, and you're responsible for that. And you actually internalize that as well, and you can replicate it and continue to grow from there. So this isn't something that only is gonna help you get out of a bad situation, but to stay in a good situation. Because now you're taking responsibility for everything that you did to get to that good situation. Because if you truly believe that it was just luck that got you to 10K a month, then you're gonna stay at 10K a month, or you're gonna fall below. So from the start to staying at the top, you have to take extreme responsibility of your own actions.